What's going on, guys? Welcome to a new episode of the podcast. And if you guys are watching this from YouTube, and you might be wondering, why is our face covered with mask? Number one is that I'm having sinus, like a worst case of sinus, and it's currently raining right now, and it's like a very perfect combination to give me a bad day. But nonetheless, we decided to shoot as well. And the guest also wearing a mask because obvious reasons, protection, COVID, that all.
Paranoia.
Yeah. So this guest today is quite special because it took me a long time to ask her to come to the podcast, and a lot of rescheduling. But she's very famous and very busy. But I'm thankful that she got a time to come to the podcast. And if you guys are watching this from YouTube, you probably know who it is. And if you're not, if you're listening from Spotify, if you heard of Marie Kondo in Netflix series, you might as well know this person here. So without further ado, guest, please introduce yourself.
Hi everyone. I'm not Mary Kondo. I'm not Japanese. I am Mary Joel Kondo. My name's Natasha Gideon actually.
All right.
I know a lot of people call me Mary lah.
All right. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time on the show, we have Natasha Gideon, aka Mary Joel Kondo. All right. So for the people who don't know you, right, can you give us a short introduction of yourself?
Sure. I think on the surface level, I'm this Kat Long property on Instagram.
Kat Long.
Yeah, who's just here to guide you through your property purchasing journey. Property purchasing, rental, selling, everything.
Okay.
I try to share as much as I know about property and all its intricacies and complexities. So people know me as Mary Joel Kondo because of like all the tips and tricks that I share. But I'm also a real estate negotiator. I've been in the industry since 2016. But the social media presence has only just started.
Only just started means when?
1st of May 2019.
Oh, okay. All right. So you started in 2014, right?
In property 2015.
15, okay.
Yeah.
So before that, what were you doing though?
So before that, so in general, I did not do anything property related.
Okay.
I have a degree in biomolecular sciences.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what that means. I'm joking. But I didn't see a future, number one, for myself. And number two, I wasn't happy with the job scope that I was presented with, basically. And so I took a random job as a property journalist in 2015.
Okay.
And so that's how like this love for property came about. I was there for about a year, and then a client of ours, like this guy who we used to interview, he.
Oh, you can talk closer to the mic.
Okay. He told me about we talked about being an agent and negotiator, and he was like, "Oh, you should try." And so I tried, and so 2015 until now, 2022.
Okay. So property journalist, how's that job? Like, what do you do though? Like, do you research about architecture?
So many different things. So there are so many stakeholders, right? You have your buyer, your seller, your investor, your developer, REHDA, CIDB, all the different stakeholders that are involved, KPKT. Very, very interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
So very vast pool of people to interview and to, use as content, on paper. But that only lasted about a year before I decided to dive into selling property.
Oh, okay. So, but the transition from a journalist to an agent, why not like developer or maybe like from anything related to a more stable job? Because as we all know, real estate agents are not very stable income. You make money when you go do the sales, but
Correct.
As a real estate journalist, you have a stable income. So what made you make that jump from, or do you even know that real estate agents don't have a stable income?
I do. I knew.
Oh, you do?
We interviewed a few, and I think after meeting a few prominent agents during that time, I realized that it's true what you said. It's not stable. So if you don't work, you don't get money.
Yep.
But the sky is the limit.
Yep.
So if I work really hard and like Melayu cakap kalau ada rezeki and I can earn as much as I can, I want that.
Yeah.
So I looked at the positive more than the negative. I'll tell you more about my journey later on, and how it wasn't all roses and flowers.
I mean, which journey is it? If all journey are like that, that means it's kind of boring.
Boring,
Yeah, lah.
So I knew that I could. I've heard of agents who make 6 figures in 1 month, and earn millions in property, in real estate, and I knew that if I really put my 100% and 200% into it, I could do it. So that's what I decided. I just quit my job, had
Wow.
6 months savings, and I was just like,
Okay
go
lah,
big or
pakaliao
go
lah.
home. Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about your name.
Okay.
Mary Jua Kondo.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm pretty sure that series didn't came during 2015 or 16.
No.
Right? It came after, like around 2018, right?
19.
19.
Yeah.
Okay, so before that, do you use Mary Jua Kondo? Or-
No. So basically, before when I started in 2016 selling, I mostly used whatever other agents were using lah, Property Guru, Facebook, and
the old way lah.
the usual. Yeah. So in 2019, Mary Kondo, the series came out 1st of January 2019. I remember because I binged it. It was my wedding anniversary.
Oh,
I was like, we will celebrate tomorrow. I need to watch this show. So I watched it, and then I joked about it on Facebook, and I said, hey, if this woman is Mary Kondo, then I'm Mary Jo Kondo lah. And then people were like, so funny. Then I realized actually I can come up with a social media presence and try and use that. And so that's why I said 1st of May, I decided, okay, let's put all my listings on Instagram. I'm going to start from zero, and I'm going to call myself Mary Jo Kondo. And so that's what I did. And so that page is up and running up until today, 2019, 20, 21, almost 2.5 years. It's going pretty well.
Okay, so Mary Jua Kondo. So before this, what? Did you have any social presence before this?
No.
Oh, okay. So, what made you though like to flip to a social presence? Because as we know, most agents, they do the old way, like property guru listing them, or maybe put the yellow banner, somewhere in the middle of the road. That one all I know lah.
Yeah.
So I mean, even though that one is a very hard shape, but it still works.
Yeah.
What made you flip to social?
Exactly why everyone else was doing something that was oversaturated, and I realized that no one really puts stuff on like Instagram. No one really puts. I mean, ada lah, tapi tak ramai. You don't really see a lot. And on Facebook, it's a lot of ads, right? And so I realized that there's a demand in the market, and most of you think maybe logically thinking, maybe Instagram budak-budak je kot yang tengok. Or maybe Instagram ni for the younger generation. But to be fair, like people my age are all on Instagram, right? Posting about their children. First day of school. So these people are my target market.
Okay.
So I was like, maybe if I put my listings on Instagram, make it accessible, make it look easy to find, that can be like my kind of property guru, right?
Okay.
Because people aren't going to be like, oh, I'm waiting in the MRT, let me just browse Property Guru. No one does that.
Yep.
People are like, Instagram, and now TikTok, right?
Yep.
So
later we dive into that.
let's do that, yeah. So I decided, hey, let's just do it lah. Like, I have nothing to lose.
Okay.
I literally have nothing to lose. So I just did that. I didn't want to really think about the name. So I was just like, okay lah, if she's Mary Kondo, I'm Mary Jo Kondo. And it took off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It'll be so like I just sparked an idea, like Mary Kondo is like, this no spark joy, let go. You should do like a comedy series. This property no spark joy, you go to that. That'll be so cool.
Yeah, I know.
That'll be a trademark thing.
Yes, that's true.
Okay. So that so if people are watching and in YouTube and listening to us in Spotify, right? The reason why we brought Natasha Gideon to our show is to show that the importance of social media. Because let's be honest, not a lot of people take advantage of this, or those people who took advantage of this or trying to figure out what's happening, most of them what they do is like post listings. They just like either they post the developer videos or they post like those pictures, 3D rendered pictures. But as you all know, Natasha Gideon took a different path. Let's start with TikTok first.
Okay.
So how did that start, and how is it going?
I think I started like everyone else
Okay.
in the lockdown. Don't have
Okay.
anything to do.
Okay.
And you're like, this was kind of fun, random people dancing. But as you go and you dive deeper and deeper, and you like certain videos, the algorithm changes to what you prefer, right? And so I was learning more on marketing, social media marketing, tips and tricks for selling anything online, right? They update as and when the algorithm updates.
Yep.
So I do follow all these people who are like, okay, Facebook now does this, and this. Instagram now prioritizes this, and this. So I follow all that. And initially, all the videos were like just for myself. But then I realized, oh my God, this is exactly what happened with my Instagram before. So I need to start now.
Okay.
So that was when did we go into
2020,
lockdown?
March.
2020.
The faithful March
2020,
of
right?
18, yeah.
Okay. So 2020 until now, it's about 2 years. That's going all right. I don't think I'm as successful as my peers who have started even in a shorter period than me, but I'm on the way. I'm on the way to get there.
But the most common, because I did follow you first from TikTok. That's where I discovered you. What actually caught my attention was you didn't sell property a lot, but you shared the journey of it.
Yeah.
Like, who are you and what you did, like those amazing story that you shared. Like, you work for agency, IQI agency, that you got those initiatives.
Yeah.
And all those, you bought a car, right?
I
Also?
did.
Yeah. So, what made you? Because if you let's think about it.
Yeah.
If a real estate agent wants to start shooting video, boom, they want to do real estate.
Yeah.
I want to show what I'm selling. But what made you diverse to that?
I think in general, I'm not a pushy kind of agent. So even if you meet me, at the sales gallery, I'm like, it's okay if you don't want to buy. I don't like pushing people. And so online point, I don't want to be that like, oh, this is the agent that sells stuff. I don't want to sell stuff. I want to bring value to your life so that you come to me for advice, but you also come to me for property. But you also refer me to your friends and family.
Yep.
So that's the kind of persona that I want people to look at.
Okay. So I'm pretty sure, because we all understand that shooting that and making money, because at the end of the day we need to make money as well. So I'm pretty sure you, like, halfway through you felt like, am I doing this correctly? Is this working? Is that the kind of thing that you came up around?
Not really. Like so when I started Marriott Condo, I was in a different agency.
Okay.
Halfway through, I joined IQI.
Okay.
Right. So in the old agency, I was doing subsale, and subsale doesn't really work on Instagram, right?
Yep.
So it's more on Property Guru, Mudah, etc. But when I started selling projects, it took off because it's easier to sell projects. That's in my opinion.
Yep.
So it's not really halfway I realized what I'm doing wasn't working. It's just halfway I realized I should sell projects more than sub-sale. So that's what changed for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So by the way, guys, if you guys are wondering, we are not partners with IQI because we have a lot of IQI agents and guests in this show. So IQI, if you're listening, we would like to be partnered with you, but have a brother out.
Sponsor them.
But yeah, so you've been doing this for 2 years in social media. Like, is there any interesting stories that you'd like to share with us?
Many.
Let's start with the first one.
Let's start with maybe when I started.
Okay.
2019, May. At the time, of course, you start with zero. You don't have people who are like, I want to buy property from you today.
Yes,
No.
yes.
I asked a few of my friends who are like Insta famous. I have one friend who does ID. Her IG handle is Shaza of all trades. So herself, and I have another friend who lives in the area. She used to be a makeup artist. Her name is Warnabila. And I told them, can you help me out, and let's do a partnership. I'll give you ads. You just post them for me, and if anything, then I'll give you the ID job lah. It makes sense, right?
Yeah.
And so from there, I got like 2 or 3 clients who immediately
Are those
came.
leads or are those closings?
Closings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Right.
3 closed deals. So like 3 out of 3 actually.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was really good. So I was like, oh, money coming in.
Hello, we have something here.
But that's the beginning lah.
Yep.
But so after that, I changed companies and I was in IQI. I joined IQI actually during the pandemic, the start of the lockdown. So from then on, I don't do ads. My leads are all
Oh
organic
wait, so
leads.
that means until now you never done any ads? Serious?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Okay, let's beep that out. Wow. Okay. Let's talk about this.
Yeah.
So you never done any ads since you joined IQI or
I mean,
start off?
I did,
Okay.
but my organic leads have a higher closing rate than my ads. So why would I spend?
Okay, I got you. That makes sense a lot. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we dive into that topic, guys. So, guys, if you guys are listening, give a like. Subscribe to the channel. Help our channel out. We can bring Natasha for the next round as well. But oh my god, that's the first time we're hearing organic overcomes
Yeah.
paid leads.
Yeah.
Okay, so before that, right? So since we're all hearing about these stories and like we all know online works, but you see most agents don't do that because let's be honest, there's like 14,000 agents in just Klang Valley alone.
Yeah.
Like, why do you think they don't take advantage of social media?
It's a long process. It's a long journey. So I think it makes sense because if you want the money now, you have to pump it into ads. But for me, like my journey was since 2019, right? And so from 2019, my leads that are coming in consistently are only in 2021,
Okay.
right? So during 2019 to 2019 to 2021 or
Okay.
2020,
Uh-huh.
it was like Property Guru. So I was still paying for my Property Guru.
Okay.
I was still doing some sub sales. I was doing projects as well. So it's not as lucrative
yeah,
lah.
I mean, when you're starting out, memang not like that lah.
Yeah, true. So now that I have my own team, I do tell them, okay, you spend on your ads because obviously you can't straight away become another marriage or condo just in like a matter of like 3 months. But my team does get organic leads from what we're doing lah.
I see. Okay.
Mm.
So, is it because you feel like people don't know what to do, or is it because it's very hard to
Okay,
produce?
I think the main issue is people are very shy, not used to being in the presence of like talking to a camera, right?
Okay.
Like, what do I say? And how do I look? And a lot of the issues are like, even if you try, maybe you want to record a video,
On
right?
the
And
phone
your
lah.
video is like, for example, what's the difference between like freehold and leasehold, for example?
Okay.
And you take a video.
That's like the most
And you
common topic.
look
Yeah.
back at your video and you're like, oh yeah, it's so ugly. Oh yeah, why I sound like that?
Yeah.
And so a lot of people overthink it. And
Yep.
eventually they're just like, don't want to do lah. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's the saying though. Like we ourselves, our own worst
Yeah,
critics. So I mean, pretty sure that when you starting out, you were not very camera shy, was it, or you genuinely?
I'm very extroverted.
Okay, nice.
And I really like sharing. So when I started, even with like 2 followers, I'll be like, hi guys, today I'm at like a viewing. Like, hi guys, today I'm duplicating keys. Subsale life, this is a subsale life.
Yep.
I love showing the good, bad and ugly of the real estate industry. And I think maybe that's also why
The
a lot of
genuinity lah.
a lot of followers are like, oh, you're not just like, beli kereta baru. It's also like, I used to almost be bankrupt. you
Yep.
know? So those are things that people relate to, and you also become more comfortable with this person that's being vulnerable with you. And so there's a lot of trust between myself and my followers, or myself and my clients, basically.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the organics. Woo! Let's dive into that topic. Woo!
I thought you knew.
I didn't know. Serious. Okay, let's be honest. I know that you do get sales from organic because there's you did a live stream yesterday,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Something about
Last week. Yep.
beli rumah guideline.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that I mean, we from a marketing point of view, we understand how that thing comes along. Like you share something valuable to them,
Yep.
and if they are willing to make a purchase from you, they will.
Yep.
But when you say it overcomes the paid listing,
Yeah.
that's what we want to talk about. Like, how did that happen?
Okay, so from 2019 to 2020, it wasn't too much. I think my organic sales was 4 times 7, 20, about 30,000. So
Okay.
untung 30,000 from just organic listings. I was still paying for a Property Guru and so lah.
Yep.
2020, I started joining IQI during a pandemic. My first year in IQI, I managed to close 7 million worth of sales.
Whoa, hello. 7 million, that's a what, six figure?
Oh, almost, not
Oh, wait,
really.
seven
Almost,
figures,
almost,
yeah.
almost.
Oh my goodness,
yeah.
congrats.
So, 7 million, and most of it was property in Cyberjaya, which
Okay.
I approached the developer and just sold out all their units. And that one was a mixture of Instagram and Twitter.
Oh, Twitter.
Yeah,
Okay. Let's
yeah,
talk about Twitter later.
yeah.
Okay.
So all of that was just organic lah. Like I'll just be posting,
Uh-huh.
and I got so many viewings because so many people wanted to see the units. And so every time I went, I just posted about it, and I'm like, guys, this is a great opportunity. You guys need to seize this opportunity. It's so cheap. If you're working in Putrajaya, Cyberjaya, KL, this is a great location. And I don't know, just more and more people were like interested in the postings that I was doing lah.
Okay. So, I will say the community that you created helps in terms of organic lah. Okay.
Yeah. it
So,
did.
for the agents of listening to this, right? I'm pretty sure you've done some trainings as well. You shared some
Yeah.
to other IQI agents as well. So, for the people who generally as an agent, because we have agents as well, audience in our channel. If let's say they want to do something like this, how should they start and what steps should they be taking?
The most difficult step that I think that agents need is to start.
Okay. Okay.
A lot of people are like, I don't know lah, tomorrow lah, I go for class first lah. Just do it. Just make a page. Just do it. If you feel like you're the type that is okay in front of the camera, right? Or if you have like editing skills even, right? Because to be honest, I just use a phone. I don't have like, I don't have this. I don't have all this.
If she's referring, okay, people watching this
Camera.
Spotify, she's referring to our DSLRs / cameras.
All
Yeah.
the spotlights tak ada. I just use my phone. And even this is a new phone. I used to use an iPhone 7.
Uh-huh.
I edit on the app, on Instagram, or on
InShot
on TikTok.
or CapCut or something.
No. On Instagram.
Oh, okay. Oh shit.
On
okay.
Instagram. I
Okay.
don't waste time.
Okay, I got you.
So if you have been following or
Uh-huh.
if you have seen, I have a series called Merry Go Round or Merry
Yep.
Convo,
Yep.
right? It's just me in the car talking about property,
Okay.
and I record it. I don't edit it. I just upload it on Instagram and TikTok. And so I save a lot of time. I don't care what I look like. Just a matter of like whether I'm bringing value to people's lives or not.
Yep.
So if you feel like, I don't know what to do, just start, just do something. Because the more visible you are online, the higher the chance of people knowing your brand. And that's basically branding.
Okay.
So being a real estate negotiator is being your own boss.
Yes.
You have your own business.
You wear a lot of hats.
You wear so many hats.
Yes.
Okay. So you are admin, you are marketing, you're advertising, your sales.
Basically, you're a company lah.
You're a company by yourself, right? And now you have to add on. So I'm also a social media manager.
Yes.
Right? So in order to save time on all these hats that you're using, jangan susahkan diri sendiri. Don't be like, oh, I need to learn how to edit. I need to learn this. I need to learn. You don't need to learn anything. Everything is quite easy. All the apps that are in the market right now are tailored to be user friendly. And so yeah, people ask me like, oh, what camera do you use? I just use my iPhone 7.
Okay.
Honestly, and that can generate 7 million sales. In 2021, did not do any ads last year. I paid for some ads for my team to do advertisements and calling. Didn't really get much out of that. But my own sales purely was about 10 million.
Okay.
That's where I got my car. That's how I got my home bonus. That's how I got all my gadgets, and all of that was purely from Instagram and Twitter and some on TikTok.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
So let's be honest. Like we can. I mean, it's technology. It's very convenient. That is discoverable in a Google away. That's quite simple lah. But let's say agents who quite familiar with editing and this and that. But the problem I see they face is content. Like, what do I produce? What do I talk about? Like, they can say, hey, Mary pula. Hey, Natasha, I know you like to talk about it because you have experience in real estate. What if I'm just starting out? What do I talk about it? I don't know anything about real estate.
That's even better, I feel.
Okay.
So there's a difference, right? When you're just starting out, you sendiri pun kena belajar juga. Like
Okay.
you need to learn a lot of things. Whatever you're learning, teach that to your followers, teach that to your community, right? So for me, I started when I was like 3 or 4 years in the industry. So what I do is I put myself in my position when I was 27, and I was like, I need to buy a property. I don't know what all this means. What is commercial? What is commercial with HDA? What is HDA? You know?
What is
So,
HDA?
What is HDA? Housing Development Act. But what does it cover? You
Okay.
know? What are the differences between commercial and residential? Do agents really know? I don't think they really know in detail. And now I'm also trying to take my agent license, so I'm learning more in depth.
Okay.
There are so many topics that you can make content with. Strata, you can talk about LAD. You know what happens if developer hands over your key lambat. Who can you summon? You know, all these interesting topics. And these all because these topics people don't really talk about. This is an idea for you guys. So you guys can make content out of this straight away.
Let's talk about this.
This is gonna be these are the topics that people don't talk about and that people have some awareness about, right? This is gonna go viral. These kind of things will go viral especially on TikTok.
Yep.
So you talk about
Short
things
form
that
contents lah.
yeah.
Yep.
So you talk about things that you yourself needed when you were buying property, or you yourself need right now as a agent or investor. So many things, so much content.
Okay. So to summarize what Natasha say, right? To people who's listening, maybe they will understand. But if you are a little bit lost, I will suggest share the process. I will say like share the experience. Like Natasha say, like I'm so confused of what do I get what do I do with the agent license? How do I get it? So just pre-record it. So that's a very famous term for Gary V. If you guys are familiar with Gary V. You probably know who's Gary Vaynerchuk.
I'm not.
Oh my god. Okay, so he's
Today I learned.
he's a quite familiar figure in the social. I can share with you who it is. Probably it will up your game because you're definitely doing what he's trying to do. Is document overshooting.
Yeah. Okay.
Like document stuff. Don't overthink it.
yeah.
Like you say, like so maybe guys can follow that lah. Yeah, but wow, I'm surprised you can't even follow Gary. I didn't follow Gary.
Is he local?
He's international, but I'm not sure because all the agents I talk to, they kind of look at Gary V, Ryan Serhan.
I know Ryan. I know Frederick.
Yeah.
Eklund, but others not really.
Okay, well, maybe I can share because I thought you took Gary V's advice
Not
because
really.
I've seen your content, right? It's so similar to what advice you give.
Oh, I see.
That's why maybe you're a Gary V follower. All right, okay.
I will be.
Soon after this. Okay, so we're talking about this and that, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's like interesting story, like how do you get those organic sales leads? Is there any story that you want to share?
Not really. I think once I started sharing more on property knowledge, a lot of the feedback that I get is I make property seem less daunting, less scary.
Okay.
And so when they have that kind of figure, they're like, okay lah, kalau apa-apa property tanya Natasha lah. Natasha macam baik je. Because there's this idea that agents are number one scary, number two scammers. And
I mean, let's be honest. I felt the same way when I bought my house. Even though I'm in the industry as well, because I know 99% of the agent like that.
yes.
Like, they just want to make sales, commission,
know.
ciao.
I know. So you become the outlier. You become the trustworthy person. Not for sales, but because I actually am trustworthy.
Yeah.
I'm
I mean, it's a
trustworthy,
huge commitment. Like buying a house is not a cheap thing.
Exactly. So if you yourself were buying a house, who would you want to buy from? So be that person, right? And so there's already this level of trust. Number one, there's a level of comfort, and they are not shy to ask questions because I know it. Like I said, it can be quite daunting and agents can be quite scary. And the questions that surround property are always seems basic, but no one has really taught us how to buy property. So all these questions are valid. I'm like, Natasha, do I have to pay down payment? Like those are for a buyer, it seems like a stupid question, but it's not because no one told you. You have an option to get full loan, you have HOC, all these things, and like, oh, what are all these things? So you be that person that they can come to for anything. And when you be that person, they will come to you. They will refer their friends. They will share your post to their friends. Their friends will follow you. And basically, that's just how I grew my community. So if you're asking me about like a story, it's all pretty much the same. They follow me, they ask me questions. I don't even do calling. I just WhatsApp my clients.
Wow.
Yeah, I just WhatsApp them. And by the time we meet at the show gallery, we're like friends. So
Hey.
I know what you look like, you know what I look like. I'm like,
Yep.
hi, how are you? Wait, you datang dari mana tadi? You know?
Ah.
Sampai-sampai macam, okay, dia ni macam ni macam ni. So you talk like you're talking to your friends, and at the door you've already broken that barrier, right? And so by the time kita dah duduk and I'm showing you like, okay, these are the units available. I don't mean to push you, but there are very limited units. If you want, we can proceed. If you don't want, it's fine, right?
Yep.
So from there already they're like, boleh lah, kita proceed lah. So it's not like tak nak lah, takut lah, dia ni macam nak tipu je. You don't have that feeling. So most of my stories are like that, and I came from 4 appointments earlier. All 4 were like that as well.
Nice.
That's basically just how my appointments go.
Yeah, by the way, she have another appointment after this
I
as
do.
well. Okay, we are shooting this on a Sunday, so what a crazy Sunday.
It is.
Okay, so we coming to the end of the podcast. We don't have enough time, but we have one more question, which is let's talk about the future.
Okay.
Which is, if you're keeping up with the current digital realm, the metaverse, the new next thing, the Ready Player One kind of shit. I don't know, like you notice or not, there's a story where there's one digital real estate agent, managed to sell a $69 million worth of digital asset.
Wow. I
So,
didn't know.
what do you think about that? Do you think agents are going to be obsolete soon, since everybody is moving to a more digital world in the next 10 to 15 years?
I think it's very possible that everything that goes into my job can be found online.
Uh-huh.
You have Napik to tell you what's the past prices. You have you have bricks, and you have everything at your fingers to check. But I feel like for something as personal as purchasing a property, especially for own stay, this is something that you need an agent to kind of help with. Number one, emotional support, I guess, just emotional selling, just trying to explain all these things. Number two, to negotiate, of course. Number three, I think to kind of assist buyers with the experience that you have. So, for example, earlier I had a client who did not know why she was buying a property.
Huh?
So I was like, why do you want to buy a property? And she was
Okay.
like, I think it's time. I was like, no, that's not the question that I asked. I asked, why are you buying a property?
Okay.
I was like, oh, because I don't want to rent anymore. I said, okay, great. That's a good start. If you buy this property, how long do you want to stay here? I really don't know. And so with your experience, you have to explain, okay, usually first property, so and so size, what do you do? And then in the future, you sell that and you use that as your down payment for your dream home, right?
Okay.
And then you explain the situation surrounding that. So I don't think a robot can do that, and I don't think a robot can tell you, what to expect in life, and the robot doesn't have experience buying a property and
hello, yes, you have
effing
to.
up before that.
Yeah,
So like
click
even
A.
so even my own experiences and what I've done wrong in the past, I don't think that's something that a robot can replicate. It can give you direct answers.
Yep.
But to buy a property, even as an agent, you help all these people, they're always like, I tak tahu lah nak beli ke tak. Yeah.
There's a human
data can
element
help.
missing lah.
There's always definitely a human element missing. Yeah.
Okay.
You need that human touch lah.
Okay. So I'm not sure you heard this story from I think it's Masing or UEM Sunrise.
Shopee?
No. It's a developer.
No, okay.
There's a thing called they are incorporating new ideas for the 2030 that year, another decade. So that's one of the ideas I saw, which is NFT, which is non-fungible terrace houses.
Oh.
So it's supposed to be token, but they made it into terrace houses.
All right.
Okay, so what do you think about? Are you in the scene of the NFTs and all cryptocurrency and all?
Okay, two things. Number one,
Yep.
I mentioned Shopee earlier because I know Masing has sold property on
Yeah.
Shopee before.
That's so. Even my own videographer, right? He told me, "Hey, bro, can buy stock footages from Shopee." I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
What the hell? Everything is in Shopee, man.
Right?
Next thing you can hire agent from Shopee already.
Yeah, exactly. So I think if it's very straightforward, yeah, you can go online, but like I mentioned earlier, you still need, I think, a human element. Number two, if I'm in cryptocurrency, yes, I'm just about to start learning about NFTs. Not really, haven't really like really dived into it yet.
Yep.
So I don't know much about it, but I mean, it's a form of investment. So definitely something that I have to look into, even if I don't invest in it.
Yeah, but it's kind of weird though, because that research, right? It's like when you buy a house, you'll get an NFT version of the house, which you can use it in your virtual world, and then you can sell off the house. And if let's say they sell off in the virtual world, the physical asset can sell it off as well. It's kind of weird, like what do you think about it? Because if let's say you want to do sell off, you have to go through like certain different bodies.
Yeah.
And now it's everything by the hand of a buyer.
Yeah.
So that's the question I asked. Like, do you think like this is going to be another groundbreaking kind of stuff or something?
So I don't think that it would really be something that will be taken up in the near future.
Yep. I mean, it's not in the near future lah.
I mean, even if 10, 20 years down the line, because the problem is, even the smallest change that is happening, right? Not a lot of people can adapt to that. So I know the younger generation were okay with buying property online.
Yep.
So last year we did a lot of Zoom previews, and a lot of my clients bought without even seeing the show unit, right? Yep. But the older generation did not want to I don't want to sign online.
Yeah.
I don't believe in Zoom. How can the lawyer not be there? So even like small things like that, we are not ready to adapt to that change. I don't think something as big as selling non-fungible terraces would be something that will be taken up in the near future. But I think there will be a small percentage of people who would be interested in that kind of thing. Because I know a lot of people are quite a group of people are already into NFTs and etc. Right? Even as it's a very fresh thing. So
yeah, even some Malaysian companies are bringing out as well.
There's a huge there's a billboard
by
Mid Valley.
In something Malaysian punks or something.
Yeah,
that was weird. I really saw it the first time. I was like, that's an NFT project. Yeah, I was like, where do you get funding, bro? Okay. So we're coming to the end of the podcast. So before we end, we let you go to your appointment, right? Is there anything that you want to share for the next coming 2022 for Natasha Gideon?
2022. I need to sharing with you my goals. I need to grow my team. I want more marriage condos in my team.
Oh yeah! Oh, it's a brand ready. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we have the main Mary and then secondary Mary.
Mini Marys.
Yes, yeah.
So I already have a team. I need them to be as active, close as much, and see how that goes. Be this new generation of young agents who are there to give you value and not just to sell you property, right? Other than that, the usual lah, just sales and achieving targets and things like that. I'm a very simple girl.
So if you guys are listening to this, if you would like to join Mary's team and become mini Marys, we're not promoting. Okay, it's up to you guys. Like if you want to join, make her your leader and learn from her as well. We will put all her social links in the description below. You can check it out. Is there anything else you want to add up before we end?
Not really. I just want to say thank you. And I feel like people who listen to me usually either are taking the first step in buying property or taking the first step in coming into the real estate industry. So if you've been listening thus far, congratulations. I always say that knowledge is the best kind of superpower you can have. With knowledge, you can do so much. So just keep on keeping on.
Keep on learning lah.
Yeah.
Alright, guys. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, just give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and also subscribe to Natasha Gideon's channel and follow her on TikTok.
Yep.
And yeah, guys, thank you for watching. And always, guys, go out there, discover, connect, and inspire. And I'll see you guys in the next video.